Well, what is your professional development plan to achieve your goals for 2020? This is a good one today. And what action steps are you taking to get there? Good question, right? I'm Glory St. Germain from Ultimate Music Theory, and my special guest today is the distinguished Dr. Gary Ingle, Executive Director and CEO of MTNA, which is the Music Teachers National Association. And Dr. Ingle is about to reveal the top 5 reasons why professional development is important for personal growth and profitability in your teaching studio. And I'm so excited to learn more today. So welcome, Dr. Ingle.
A pleasure to be with you, Glory, and all of your watchers across the world.
Yes. And if you're a musician or an educator, just go ahead and share with us in the chat box, whether you're a teacher, what instrument you teach. Let's just have a few comments and go ahead and feel free to ask some questions as we're going through our interview today. So, Dr. Ingle, in your position with MTNA and with over 20,000 members and counting, you really see firsthand all the benefits of expanding our minds through continued education. And just before you reveal the top 5 reasons why, can you tell us what is MTNA?
Indeed, MTNA is the professional association for music teachers, basically studio and collegiate music teachers around the country, and as Glory said, even around the world.
Yes.
Now, MTNA was founded in 1876. So we are the oldest music teacher organization in the country. So we have reinvented ourselves many, many times over the past 140 plus years.
Yeah.
So the organization was founded to improve music teaching in the country during the time when public school music was really not a thing yet.
Right. Yeah.
So it was dependent upon the private sector, the studio teachers, and MTNA was established by music teachers in order to enhance the profession of music teaching.
Yeah, and we're so glad that you did, because I think it's so important for an organization that really embraces and welcomes everyone. I mean, I've attended MTNA conference many, many times, and always just loved connecting with other teachers and like-minded people that are, passionate about continuing education. And can you tell us, about your musical background?
Well, my doctorate is in choral conducting, and I did that for many years in academia, and then got on the fast track of administration and became the chair of the music department, and then the dean of the School of Fine Arts, and ultimately became a vice president of a university. And then decided that I needed a little change of pace. So I got into association management and became the executive director for Phi Mu Alpha, the music fraternity in the US. And after doing that, I became executive director of MTNA, and have been doing that now for 23 years.
Wow. Well, congratulations. Obviously, it's a good fit and it's a great connection, because I think not only does MTNA support education, through, and you do workshops and webinars, but you also do the very exciting national conference, which I think this year MTNA conference is in March, the 21st to the 25th, so 2020 in Chicago. So what are some of the planned events for MTNA 2020? Because you've been through a few of them, right?
This will be, I suppose, my 24th conference.
Wow, that's awesome.
And, MTNA believes that your education only begins when you have graduated from college or received some kind of degree or certification. So our role is to be that continuing educator for music teachers, and we do this certainly through our magazine and our website and webinars and the like. But the most important thing that we do is our national conference every year, and this is our second time to Chicago in the past 7 years. And we had a great conference there in 2013. Mm-hmm. And the hotel and the city loved us so much that they invited us back. And to entice us, they said they'd give us the same room rates in 2020 as we had in 2013. So there's an incentive for you to go, just from a financial perspective.
Yes.
But a lot of great things.
Yeah, and this is actually my second time in Chicago as well. I was there in 2013, and I'm thrilled to be presenting a showcase on the 3 master keys to teach music theory more effectively. I think my showcase is on Monday, March the 23rd at 1:00. And I'm also really looking forward to hearing all of the other presenters as well. Mm-hmm. Can you tell us a little bit about who you have got lined up for your featured speakers?
We have a really great lineup. Of course, our Tuesday evening recital is the major event, and this year we are celebrating the birthday of Beethoven.
Nice.
250 years. So we've invited a Beethoven specialist to do the evening recital. It's Anton Nell. Sorry, I just had one of those moments. Yeah. Anton Nell from the University of Texas in Austin.
Yes.
And Anton is going to be doing the recital on Beethoven, and it will feature all 3 of the stylistic periods of Beethoven's life, representative works from each of those, with the idea towards helping music teachers as you're teaching those 3 style periods. Yeah. Our keynote speaker is Noah Kajiyama, who is a performance analyst who works with musicians and artists to develop their ability to perform better. And he teaches at Juilliard and has written the book, The Bulletproof Musician, The Bulletproof Music Teacher. So he will be doing a keynote address on that. We also have, as our masterclass presenters, Anton Nell to do the advanced, and then Dennis Alexander will do the intermediate. Everyone knows Dennis. Yeah. And this year we're doing doing a new take on masterclasses, and Tim Topham, that most of you know from Australia, will be doing one on creative teaching masterclass.
I'm so excited to get to meet Tim in person. I'm actually in Tim Topham's inner circle. I'm actually the theory expert and have done, obviously many interviews and podcasts with Tim. And so we finally get to meet in person. So we're looking forward to that, because the interesting thing is whenever Tim and I have a meeting, it's 6:00 at night for him, which is 9:00 for me, 6 p.m., which is 9 a.m. for him. So he always teases me and says he's in the future. So and that's one of the really special things about doing and attending the MTNA conference is that it's expensive to travel to just sort of have one meeting with one person, but when you go attend the conference, not only are you going to hear all these amazing speakers, but you finally get to meet in person some of the colleagues that that you've collaborated with in various projects, and I'm really, really looking forward to it. It's going to be fantastic. I think one other really cool thing about attending the MTNA conference is that it can transform your mindset and really help you see new opportunities in a different way, hear all these motivational presentations, and they can literally change your life. and they can really engage, when you have an opportunity to see like-minded people. They also become lifelong friends. I can tell you honestly, Gary, that I have met people at the MTNA conference that have become my lifelong friends. And so it is pretty an amazing opportunity, and I'm really excited. I think this is going to be one of the best ones so far, right?
I think so.
It's going to be great.
Yeah, and the whole idea of networking with friends is probably tops on the list for many, many people. Certainly they come
Yes.
for the great sessions. We'll have over 100 sessions to choose from. We have Pedagogy Saturday, which has an artistry track, a wellness track, a recreational music track, and one for young professionals on entrepreneurship. So just all sorts of things. And in addition to that, you get to make new friends and see old friends and have a great time.
Yeah, it's going to be fantastic. So I'm sure our listeners are saying, well, come on. Well, it's time to reveal the top 5 reasons why professional development is important for personal growth and profitability in your teaching studio. So Dr. Ingle, let's start with how we grow our music studio. So reason number 1.
Reason number 1 for continuing education is that it increases your chances to attract and recruit students in today's highly competitive market out there. The more you know, the more competitive you will be, because people today, parents and others who take music lessons, want to make sure they're getting the best value for their money.
Yes.
And they're willing to pay for that value. And I think those who take part in continuing education to keep their skills up will have a competitive edge in recruiting students, and not just recruiting them, but keeping them in their studios.
Yes. And actually, that really is the key word is, well, 2 key words. One is recruiting the students to let them know that you even exist. But the other one is keeping those students and maintaining a full teaching studio. And, when we see some of the professionals that we talk to out there, in fact, they have a waiting list. So, they're doing something right. And I think also, Dr. Ingle, is that sometimes as a teacher, we're not sure how much to charge or how can we become profitable in our studio. So what would be reason number 2?
Well, continuing education should help you increase the potential of charging higher rates for your lessons. 25, 30 years ago, making money in music teaching was a bad word. Because so many individuals who were doing it just saw it as some kind of supplement to the family's income. But today, fortunately, the idea of making money, being in a worthwhile profession that will support you on a full-time basis if you want it, has become important. And we don't have the same kind of issues about the idea that you should rates, but also to help you know how to set rates. The education that you'll learn on what are the things you need to know in terms of setting your fees is very important. And, all the way from talking with others in the area to find out what the going rate is, but also how to develop a business plan. Because I think business plans today are key to being successful. In the US, the statistic is that most small businesses go out of business within 5 years. And these are businesses that have business plans. So imagine what the rate of going out of business is for those businesses that don't have a business plan.
Yeah.
So MTNA, continuing education, can help you learn how to be an entrepreneur, develop a business plan that will ensure your success.
Yeah. And I love that you said business plan, because many times teachers think of themselves as just a music teacher, as
Mhm.
opposed to saying, I have a business, right?
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with looking at it as a business, in addition to, if you will, a calling and the most important thing in your life.
Right. I think too, Dr. Ingle, that in connecting with other educators, what do you see maybe as the missing link from today's teaching techniques to help students stay engaged? Reason number three.
Boy, well, the reason number three for continuing education is that it provides you a lifelong opportunity to improve your teaching skills.
Yes.
And that then enhances your students' learning experiences, and it makes your career even more satisfying as a person by enhancing your skills. So by staying current, you can see what's missing from curriculum, from teaching, and certainly one of those could be that the whole idea of popular music.
Yeah.
Students today are quite opinionated at times on the kind of music that they want to study.
Yes.
And 25, 30 years ago, a teacher could say, you learn this music because it's good for you.
Right.
All right. Well, there's some truth to that, but teachers need to be open and willing to look at new styles of music, at new techniques for teaching students. You know, some students are more visual learners.
Yes.
So the teachers today need to be able to prepare a curriculum for their students in the studios that meets their specific needs rather than just one size fits all.
Yes. And I think that's one of the exciting things about being a teacher, is that you have an opportunity to not only teach students of different learning styles, whether visual, auditory, or kinesthetic, but you have an opportunity yourself to learn all different genres of music and then serve the student who may be passionate about learning jazz. And the very next student might be passionate about learning, about Beethoven. And they're so excited that I think that sometimes we just maybe assume that, students don't want to learn classical. But I speak from experience. I have many students that absolutely love classical music. They would much rather play Beethoven than play popular. And yet there are others that, they want to play what's popular. So I think it's important for us as educators to be open to not only learning all these different genres, but also to being able to teach them. And certainly attending the MTNA conference gives you that opportunity to, if you've never really taught popular, or you've never taught a lot of, Beethoven, now is the opportunity to say, come with an open mind.
Right.
Come ready to learn.
Yeah, because every session presenter, every performer there is going to teach you something new. So you need to go with the idea that you, the music teacher, have become the music student.
Right.
And as a music student, then you will learn something good from various presenters that you will go back and then become the music teacher and share from what you've learned with your students. So it's this reciprocal thing of being both teacher and student that is so important for music teachers today.
Yeah, absolutely. Teaching too can often feel like a pretty lonely profession. We don't necessarily have a neighbor that's the teacher as
Mm-hmm.
well. So when we attend the MTNA conference, what can we expect as far as um, opportunities to network? And we're going to learn, we're going to grow, but what else can we expect? So reason number 4.
Well, reason number 4 is that it's going to continuing education. The MTNA conference is going to keep you on the cutting edge
Mm-hmm.
of the profession, and it's going to allow you to explore new and evolving specialties
Yes.
within music teaching, and you can add those to your personal portfolio of teaching skills,
Yes.
whether it's recreational music making because you want to work with senior adults in group settings, or wellness to ensure that uh, your students are not being physically or emotionally harmed through the lessons, or even technology. The technologies continue to evolve. So continuing education is going to keep you on that cutting edge.
Yes.
MTNA, as I've called it, is this reconciler. MTNA reconciles the new things that are happening
Right.
with the traditional things that are happening. Neither is better than the other, they're just different. So
Yes.
what we want to do as an association is to bring the new and the traditional together so that there is this uh, interaction between it, so that
Mhm.
you as a music teacher will be able to certainly continue to maintain the traditions that should be maintained, but that you're also exposed to the cutting edge things that are going on there. And ideally, you will reconcile the new with the traditional. That to me is what a teacher does.
Absolutely. One of, I think, the great things about the MTNA as well is that in attending, we see so many young students that are there, sorry, young teachers that are there to experience that. And we'll see teachers that have been teaching for, you know, 50 years, and they're still there to learn new things. And I think it really says a lot about their commitment to their own professional development. One of the teachers that was on a coaching call that I did yesterday, and she said to me, she said, "I'm so excited to learn this, Laura." She said, "I'm 86." And she said, "And I'm still teaching and I'm loving every minute of it." And I said, "Well, and she's actually coming to MTNA, so I'm going to get to meet her. We've been doing coaching calls together with her, but I finally will get to meet her." And I said, "Bless your heart. Like, it doesn't matter if you're 16 or if you're 86, like, come to learn and experience." And I think that's one of my favorite things is just you never know who you're going to meet when you get there. And in fact, I remember when I started teaching, I was 16 years old, and I was a little shy. I know it's hard to believe because
Yeah.
it's around me, but
I
even
don't
though I
believe it.
was already teaching adults, they were older than I was, and I wanted respect. And I know that, by continuing my own education, I think that really maybe showed them that I was committed to that. And how can MTNA help me with that?
Well, MTNA has, I think, the best way to help you with that, and that is our national certification
Mhm.
program.
Okay.
And that any teacher out there can apply to be certified, and you go through a process by which you demonstrate your teaching via uh, video, digital video online that's evaluated. You talk about your pedagogical understandings and the like, and it's, if you will, adjudicated by members of the profession
Mhm.
that know the profession well, and you can become a nationally certified teacher of music,
Mhm.
which gives you a credential that not only shows that you have a commitment to the profession,
Right.
but it shows the public that
Yes.
you have made the effort to become the very best teacher that you can be, and to be able to put those credentials with your name. I
Mhm.
think regardless of whether you're 20 or 86,
Yes.
having that credential speaks volumes to everyone. And not only do you have the credentials, but you, through the process, are able to verbalize better your philosophy of teaching, to verbalize with your colleagues your knowledge, and help them. So that kind of interaction is going to enhance your professional relationships,
Absolutely.
as well as the relationships with the community and with the parents
Yes.
who are, looking for a good teacher. And being certified is that stamp of approval from an outside group saying that you have demonstrated the the proficiencies that we can say, yes, you are a certified, bona fide music teacher in
Yes.
the community.
I think one of the important things too about doing that, Dr. Ingle, is that when we accomplish that, we have a better understanding as to what our students go through when they're doing exams and they're preparing for competition, because we've experienced that. We know the work
Mhm.
and the dedication that goes into achieving that. And I think it helps us as educators say, oh, I know what you mean. I know what it's like to practice 5 hours a day. I did that. So I get that. And yes, it's
Mhm.
possible. And I'm going to help you do that. I've done it. And now I can share my experience. So I guess that brings us to reason number 5.
And
So
we
the next
just
reason
talked
number 5 is
and we just talked about that, is that continuing education enhances your personal and your professional image
yes.
among your colleagues and within the community.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And I'm so proud. I just was sharing with Dr. Ingle before we went live today that I am really excited to be a member of the MTNA Association, and really encourage you to explore all of that. We talked a little bit about the teaching industry and how it's changed, over the past 10 years. Maybe you could share with us, what's MTNA doing to really keep the attendance, because there's a lot of options now. You can learn
Mhm.
online, you can attend a conference here, you can attend a conference there. So what is it that you're doing to really maintain that high level of attendance for MTNA 2020?
Right. As you say, there are lots of ways that you can get continuing education, everything from online webinars and the like,
Yeah.
to live things like our conference. And I
Mhm.
think, again, um, none are better or worse than the other. They're just different.
Right.
And I think our feeling is that MTNA and the conference that we provide gives you the opportunity to be in one place
Mhm.
with a whole, if you will, a whole buffet of things to sample and
Yeah.
to experience. So you might have to do 35 different webinars to get this, or
Mhm.
you can go to one conference
Yes.
a year and do it. And in addition to that, you have the experience of the networking, as
Yes.
well as the inspiration that comes from being a part of a large group of music teachers
Yes.
with some of the best artists performing in the world, really.
Yes.
We have the competitions that you can see what other teachers are doing firsthand
Yes.
in developing the talents of some of the most talented kids you'll ever meet. And in fact, our Saturday evening uh, recital will be the winner of the U.S. Chopin
Nice.
competition.
Wow.
Once it's the winner is selected at the end of February, they will come. Their first performance will be for the MTNA conference, and it'll serve as kind of a warm-up for them before going to Warsaw to compete in the international competition. So you get to see competitions going on. There are again, master classes, sessions. It's a one-stop thing that you can do to get not just in knowledge and information, but also inspiration from others.
That was really well said. And I think one of the key factors too, when you mentioned about, there's a lot of opportunities for learning online, and they're important because sometimes we want that. And but I think when sometimes you register for things and then you don't show up, or you might sign up for a course and you don't do it. When you attend a live event, you are present. You are there. You're going to go see, you're going to learn things because you're there. What else are you going to do? You're not just going to sit in your hotel room. So I think we really want to encourage teachers to come out and can you just share with us, Dr. Ingle, where can we learn more and how can we get registered for the conference?
Good. Well, like everything else today, it's online.
Good.
So I encourage you go to www.mtna.org. Very simple, mtna.org. And it's got everything you need to know there. You can click on the 2020 National Conference, and there will be a home page. There will be a section on the Pedagogy Saturday to give you an idea about it, the sessions, the exhibitors, the schedule for the week, as well as the opportunity to register for the conference.
Perfect. And they can also check out the American Music Teacher magazine.
Yes, indeed.
Do your beautiful display.
There you are. Show and tell. Show and tell right here.
Show and tell. We love that. We love that. So to learn more and to get registered, simply go to mtna.org. Thank you so much, Dr. Ingle. It was really a pleasure sharing your top 5 reasons why professional development is important for personal growth and profitability in your teaching studio. So be sure to get registered, and I look forward to seeing all of you. Make sure to come by the Ultimate Music Theory booth, number 416. I think I'm on the 7th floor, where we actually have a free gift for you. So make sure to stop by, and you can also enter to win a $6,500 value gift. So you got to come by and see what it's all about. In the Ultimate Music Theory booth. So Dr. Ingle, I want to say thank you again for joining me today. You provided a wealth of information on MTNA and the 2020 conference and why we should continue with our education. And I look forward to seeing you there.
Indeed, I will be there.
Okay, make sure to come by the booth and visit.
Indeed, I shall.
Thank you. If you've enjoyed this video, be sure to like, comment, and share. Join our Ultimate Music Theory Facebook group so you can network with other musicians and educators such as Dr. Gary Ingle. And if you want all the latest Ultimate Music Theory interviews and music theory tips, simply subscribe to our Ultimate Music Theory YouTube channel because we release new videos every week. So thanks again, Dr. Ingle, and
my pleasure. Thank you,
day, everyone.